Looks like we're just a little bit over 1 minute left remaining before we get this nice stuttering live stream that we've been working on for months and months, trying to figure out how to get the stutter to stop. But you know what? It doesn't want to go away, so we welcome it with open arms. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute till we go live. Week 2 discussion as well as week 3 coming up. Just a minute. All right, well, look at that. After what feels like a year, we're here. We're live.
It really does feel
It does, doesn't it?
These past 2 weeks have been like the longest 2 weeks ever.
It's been the quickest and longest 2 weeks we've probably experienced ever. We've had so many things go on personally, and then, of course, the event and stuff, and then, of course, with YouTube. We're just like, oh my gosh, we're getting ready to start week 3 of HHN tomorrow. But how are you guys doing on our first ever Wednesday live stream?
Yeah.
Like, we've never done a Wednesday live stream.
Maybe last year. I don't remember.
I don't even think we did one last year, to be honest. I don't know. We have to go back on the archives of that. If any of you guys know, let us know. But I think this is the first Wednesday live stream. Hope you guys are doing good. Middle of the week. Hope everyone's doing all right. I don't know if you guys just got off work or how work's going for you guys, but I hope you guys are sitting down, had a drink in hand, ready to relax, talk about some HHN stuff, because we got a couple things we're going to talk about. Today's schedule is really kind of a relaxed one. We don't really have anything big planned, just because, like Steph said, like it's been like long for us. We've had a lot of things we've been doing, and we go to town tomorrow. So we'll be out of town Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll be back Sunday. I should be getting back like late Saturday night. Technically, what is it, like in the midnight anyways?
Saturday?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like Sunday, like 1 or 2 a.m. We don't get back to the house.
But then we'll be at HHN on Sunday.
Yeah.
Most likely, unless something goes wrong.
Which has happened. We've had a lot of things go wrong recently. But we're getting things all straightened out, getting all the kinks settled up. But I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are all great.
Zach said, peep the new haircut. Yes.
Yeah, so
we actually did this ourselves.
Yeah, this was us. I don't know if you guys can tell how to get it cut. We've let it grow. And when I mean I've let it grow. I just wanted to see how the hair would do. Just let it absolutely just blossom into chaos is what it became. Yeah. And then, this weekend we're going out of town. We're going to a friend's wedding. So I was like, I guess I need to polish it up a little bit. So we shaved the sides. We did some trimming and stuff.
During lockdown, I had to learn how to trim his hair a little bit.
We had Stephanie cut the hair for a bit. But this is maybe our third time. Yeah. So that's the hair. So I'm letting it out. I haven't had a hat on the whole day, which is new. It's rare.
Very new.
Actually, a fun story to that. So we were supposed to have our live stream yesterday, Tuesday. That's what we were planning to do. But for some reason, Steph and I believed that today we were supposed to have our Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party today. We were just going to go out for a little date night, just have something fun, something different from HHN. And yesterday, around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we realized that Tuesday was our Mickey's Not So Scary, not today. So,
honestly, we wouldn't have caught it, but our roommate works at Magic Kingdom, and I was like, "Oh, we're going to the event tomorrow night. Are you gonna be working?" She was like, "There's no event tomorrow night."
Yeah,
and I was like, "What?" And then she looked at her phone. She was like, "Yeah, there's no party on Wednesday. It's tonight." And I was like, Oh my God.
Yeah. I can't tell you guys. Like yesterday was a perfect example. From I think it was 1:18 to 1:45 p.m.
It was found out it was already like 2 o'clock.
I remember it being 1:18 when we were told.
Oh, okay.
From 1:18 to 1:45 p.m. was the most hectic like 30 minutes of my life because we were like, oh my God, we have a live stream today. You had a work call from 7 to 8 o'clock. Then we were going to do 8:30 live stream with you guys. And we're like, holy snap, tonight's the party. And all nights are sold out. So it's not like we can just like try to swap our tickets or anything. No. So we're like, okay, do we give our tickets away? Like, what do we do? And we were able to rearrange some things. And that's why we have a live stream today. So long story short, we ended up going to the party last night. We had a good time. Yes. It was fun. It felt very quick, but we had a good time. You know, we finally like kind of put the phones away. We put the cameras away because all we've been doing for the past a couple months now. Yeah. We've been nonstop filming and recording and getting all these stuff up. So last night was kind of how would you say, like a relaxing or unwind is the word I'm looking for. Had a nice unwinding time.
Even though the parties at Disney, I feel like are never really like relaxing because you only have like 5 hours to do everything. Yeah,
we were kind of in a rush for the night, but not too bad. Like we still had a good time.
It was still fun.
The only negative thing about the night was I don't have my hat on because I lost my hat. I ended up going on Splash Mountain with Steph last night. We haven't been on that ride in a while. Went on Splash Mountain and I lost my hat. I completely went to grab it when we were going down the drop. And I know everyone's saying like, Brian, why'd you wear your hat?
Why'd you wear your hat?
I had my hat on. I knew what I was doing because as the drop was getting ready to go down,
you knew what you were doing.
I knew what I was doing. I didn't know what I was going to do. And as we went down, I lifted my hand up to grab my hat and I just nicked it. Yeah. And it literally like lifted the bill and the wind took it. Hit the lady behind me in the face. That was great and all. But so I lost my hat, Splash Mountain. So I'm like, well, you're right. Here's my hair now, folks. If you guys haven't seen it, my hair hasn't seen daylight in years, it feels like. So that was pretty much how the event went last night. But fun. It was fun. We had a good time. Yeah. So we're here, first ever live stream on Wednesday. And we're going to talk about HHN. We're going to talk about our houses, like our ranking, how we think about them.
Yeah, they've changed a little bit.
Yeah, there's some good, flips in there for us. Yeah. And then also want to say we're going to talk about the shows. We finally got to see Nightmare Fuel this weekend. So pretty much talk about week 2, talk about some of the foods and everything. Then we got week 3 coming up, which is tomorrow. And like we said, we're not going to be there. We'll only be there Sunday. Yeah. We guarantee you we'll be there Sunday. We don't know what time. It might be a late night one. We're not too sure because of the doggo. Little Hondo, we have to deal with them Sunday morning. So we'll see how that goes. But starting off with B. Nicole. Missed you guys Sunday night at HHN, our first time. Thank you for the 1 at 99. Man, I feel like we've seen so many people these past 2 weeks at the event. I'm like losing track of how many people we ran into. And then I check my phone because I've been horrible at this. Like I'll say like, oh, when we get to the event, like I'll show you guys where we're at and everything. And then we get caught up filming everything. And I'm like, man, I haven't posted anything like 4 hours. And then I'll look back when we're finally like walking out of the event. I'm like, oh my gosh, we've had like 12 people message me saying like, hey, like we're here today. Like, can we meet up? Oh, and I'm like, dang. We want to meet as many of you guys as we can possible. We just sometimes get caught in the moment. Like we try to enjoy the event ourselves too. So we kind of like lose our focus on what we're doing. So if any of you guys like want to meet us and you're at the parks, like shoot us a message. If I don't get back to you, I do apologize. We're just like in the moment, but keep an eye out for us. And if you do see us, like, reach out to us, like, yell at us, whatever you got to do. Throw some food our way or a drink. I know we'll go for that quick, but, we want to stop and say hi to you guys and see how the, HHN experience is going for y'all. So, B. Nicole with the 199. Thank you so much for the dono. Appreciate it. But let's go ahead and talk about houses first.
Okay.
We've said that Dead Man's Pier is probably our favorite house. It's probably going to win House of the Year, right? However, I think it was Friday night?
I don't know.
Thursday night. Did we do any houses on Sunday?
No, Thursday was...
We did a couple on Sunday. But
Thursday was Character Dining, so we only did the weekend.
Which we ended up doing a couple of houses with some of our viewers, which was great. Had a great time doing that. I know Treeks and Foons. We went through a house with them. Joseph, we got to go through a house with him. Yeah, that's his name, Treeks and Foons. Okay. Zach, good old Zach Nobles. We got to go through with a couple of our followers on the channel will get to go through houses, which that's always fun.
It's fun, yeah.
Chris got to go through with Christopher as well through a couple of them.
Yeah.
If I'm forgetting any, please, go ahead and yell at me. You're more than welcome to. I'm forgetting here, but Dead Man's Pier, great, right? But recently this weekend, we went through Legends Collide, right? I mean, hey, all hail Dracula, right? And we had a run through that was so good.
So good.
That I started thinking, well, you know what? Maybe Legends Collide is my number one house just because of how aggressive that house is. Now, that house itself, the aesthetics, is beautiful. I mean, it's great. It's also large in scale, just like Dead Man's Pier. They're very much, kind of the same when you got, scale aspect ratios, the amount of scares and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I just noticed, like, recently with Dead Man's Pier, we did a walkthrough the other night. There's a lot of boo holes, which was kind of a bummer. Empty ones, which was kind of a bummer for us. We want to see it active. But then those scares that we did see through Dead Man's Pier, they were very aggressive. Like, they're starting to figure it out for that house.
It's hard with those because, like, the triggers and everything are very, like, they're not, you know what I mean?
How does that go again?
I'm not doing it again. But, like with Dracula and the Mummy and like Wolfman, they're like, the trigger itself is very aggressive sounding and very abrupt. So they can come out and be like very quick and aggressive, and that's scarier or more jolting.
Also that flying Dracula, if you guys know what we're talking about.
So while Dead Man's Pier is like gorgeous and probably the prettiest house, it's not necessarily the energy isn't super high, which it's not supposed to be. But I feel like really high energy also makes for a really fun house. Mm-hmm. So it's like hard because you have to pick between like aesthetics or scares / like enjoyment.
I still see Dead Man's Pier being the number one house if they, first of all, like that walkthrough that we went through, if they had all those boo holes filled, and if all of them kind of like chime in with that aggression and stuff. Now, I mean, you got to think of their aesthetic and stuff. They're supposed to be like the kind of the, how did you do it? The
boo.
Right, boo. But we noticed like some of the scare actors in that house, they did turn up that aggression level, and they're figuring out their scares, which works perfectly. I actually got one good scare in that house. So I feel like if they chime in a little bit more with that, then they'll pretty much keep that top spot solidified for them for the rest of the event. But Legends Collide definitely surprised me and bumped up there, to be honest. Yeah. So I will say that that's one thing too. But
Chris keeps giving us a hard time about missing our live stream to go to Disney, and asked if the next time people want to come see us, if they should just go to Magic Kingdom, and then that I have a Baby Yoda cup.
Yeah, right.
Star Wars and Disney are separate entities. Don't lump them together.
Yeah. Imagine, like, we like the Star Wars before Disney. Disney kind of crushed a lot of things. We still love going to the parks and stuff like that. It's just not the same. And unfortunately, you saw their D23 panel and stuff. They kind of said, "Hey, Disney park fans, we're canceling all parks. We're gonna just close them up for y'all."
They basically said, "We don't know what we're doing. Can you help us?"
Yeah. What do you guys think about? Yeah, this is not going to be a Disney stream, but they were like, "What do you guys think about this? Like, we need to know because we need help. we have no idea what we're doing." And I raised my hand. I'm like, "Hey, why don't you guys just do what like Universal is doing?"
Yeah, right.
Just I mean, they kind of have an idea.
Grogu is technically a Disney Plus original, but still, Star Wars is its own thing.
So with the $5 donation, USMC Two-Face and Lily, our first night of HHN starts at 8:30 p.m. next Wednesday due to late flight. What is the first thing we should do? I would probably say meet us at the front entrance. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think that's the first thing you guys should do. We should get a picture in front of the arches to start off tonight. That's my vote. Honestly, I don't know. Coming in on actually, this is our first Wednesday live stream. Let's talk about the first Wednesday HHN last week. It was very dead. Not like dead, but it was slow. Like we had a lot of space. The houses were like 20, 30 minutes, it seemed like, on average throughout the whole night. Maybe a 45-minute one in there. But Wednesday was very, very relaxed. We were not expecting it to be that dead, but I mean, it's a good sign, so happy to see that.
Later at night.
Usually around 9 to 10 o'clock it did, but yeah. So I'm not too sure how this next Wednesday is going to go because today would have been an HHN night, but the park was bought out. So yeah. I'm not too sure to be honest, but
I'm pretty sure it was also bought out like just for the normal park, like and it wasn't for
HHN. What would you say would be the first thing they should do besides meeting us?
I don't know. That's really difficult. It's like, do you want to start with like the best, or do you want to start like with like maybe one of the like good houses but isn't the best, now, and then work up to the best?
Honestly, like it depends on how you guys are gonna go. I know you're gonna go multiple nights, so it's not like you have to rush everything, but you're gonna have to go through a scare zone. I would say go through, you can go see Pumpkin Lord right up at the front, but I would say go through Graveyard, Deadly Unrest, and then go check out the Ghoulish show at 9 o'clock. I think the first one's at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
See a show, I think Lily would love that. And Lily then just kind of, nonchalant go through the park and just kind of get a feel for how the crowds are, because I'm not too sure how the crowds are going to be. Yeah. But speaking of Lily, hold up. USMC, Two-Face. We got something here. We're gonna present it. You gotta put that computer down. Hold up, guys. Hold up.
Computer down.
Yeah, put it right here. You don't have to close the computer. Just put the computer right here, baby. And then come up to the camera. We want to show you guys something. Look what Lily drew up for us, guys. Look at this. So this was the painting, right? This was the painting that Lily said that she was gonna create for us and everything. Got a little Dracula. Looks like me. I got to put my hair down a little bit like that. I can create the park. We got the little pumpkin, a little bat, and everything. So huge thank you to Lily for doing this. This was awesome. Now, we've just been so busy. I don't know if you guys can hear us. The mic's a little bit away. Let me go ahead. I got to fix this real quick. Go to sit down, babe. This is all live. So we're off the camera. Just give us an hour. We have it all planned.
It's live TV.
Yeah, you guys are getting this live. Ooh. But we just wanted to show that and say a huge thank you to you guys for sending that over. That's like the first gift that we got. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of cool. And from Lily, which is huge. We're gonna put it up, and we have these picture frames. We have a couple of extra of these, and this is kind of on my fault. I thought it was the same size, and so when I went to go put it up, I realized the painting is a little smaller than these picture frames. So we got to go back out and get a new picture frame to put it up because we want to hang it up on the wall. So apologize to Lily that we didn't have it on the wall, but we do have it. And we wanted to show you guys. So awesome job, Lily. That was great. But thank you so much for the $5. We truly appreciate it. Boom. I don't know where else I was going with that. I remember I wanted to show Lily's painting because when we got it in that night, we were like, oh, it came in, and it was super exciting and stuff. And we were nervous, if anything was going to be damaged or anything, but we're glad it came in all in one piece, thankfully. So huge thank you for that. That was awesome. Yeah, what is it? Darren Hogue with this is called Dead Air.
Dead Air?
Dead Air.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy it. It does feel pretty dead in here right now. But anyway, so yeah. We had a good run through of Legends Collide. Last week we noticed that house was picking up. The weekend is still fun. We do enjoy that house. I feel like I get excited.
There were some holes the last time we did it.
Yeah. I do get excited going through that house. Like when we're saying, oh, we're going to the weekend, I'm like, yeah, this is cool. And especially having Express Pass, it makes it so much easier for us to go through the houses throughout the night. But I noticed the past few times, they've had a lot of holes in that house. So I'm really hoping that we don't have an issue like we did with Beetlejuice last year, where it seemed like every time we went through Beetlejuice, there was no scare actors. So I'm hoping we don't have that issue because it is a fun house. And then we also need to talk Halloween. Halloween's fun. I still enjoy the vibe of Halloween.
I honestly think Halloween might be one of the scariest of the year. Which normally the Halloween houses don't really scare me because it's like, oh, Michael, there's Michael again, Michael. But the way that they set up that house, some of the scares are really good.
Yeah,
and the scare actors, even though some of the scares aren't true to they aren't canon.
Yeah, we're very critical with it.
If you want to call it that, but they're very aggressive. All the scare actors that play Michael in there are very aggressive.
Yeah, I honestly think Hollywood would be like top 3 scariest houses this year.
Yeah.
Because even the way that the house is set up, I mean, you come around a corner and it's just like Michael right there. Next corner, Michael. Yeah. And I love that they have the different variations of them. So that house it's still like a solid like top 5 house for us. We've enjoyed it. We went through it the other night. I think Sunday we went through it Sunday night. Mm-hmm. And then staying over on that side of the park, we had Spirits and Hellblock. We did Hellblock again.
Yeah.
And Hellblock actually is getting better because they added more stuff. But it's still kind of like, you know, the house is not getting the love that it should, but I don't think that house is going to get any further along the lines. I honestly feel like I enjoy Hellblock Horror more than I do Spirits of the Coven. I think Spirits of the Coven has I think Spirits has just really disappointed me.
I like Spirits of the Coven better. I think that we had really, really high expectations for Spirits of the Coven, and maybe it didn't fully meet those expectations,
no,
so we feel like it's worse. But I like it better than Hellblock Horror. I feel like, for me, Hellblock Horror is just kind of basic, in like, it's just like a prison setting and then just masks.
Yeah. The thing that I'm bummed about Spirits, like I said, this was one Steph and I had a very high hope for, is I noticed that in the house they have certain sections that really reminded me of like how old like Hollywood mazes were, where they have like a lot of black walls. But ours is obviously, it's not black walls, it's themed, but there's sections where we go through and there's a lot of like just kind of like hallways that we're walking through.
It is really pretty though.
It is. And there's sections in there that we really love. There's a lot of detail in this house. Like this house I think has one of the most details compared to the rest of the houses at the event. But I don't know. I feel like I got to keep going through that house, and I gotta get more into it, because we've only gone through it twice, I think. So we're not trying to knock on it. It's just we haven't gone on that house too much to really get the feel for it. But I feel like Spirits has probably the biggest way to go for improvement, in my opinion.
I just feel like it has the room for improvement. I don't feel like Hellblock really has that. Like the
I agree with you. I agree.
Well, in both of the houses.
I feel like Hellblock, like they can't really add any more, even though they added a good amount. Like it is what it is to me with Hellblock. But I feel like Spirits, just like I was saying, it has more that they can do and add and get better with. And I'm sure it will. And I'm hoping it will, because we were really looking forward to this house. So I know Brilliant Imagery, he was just saying that he works in that house. Not trying to bash you, my man. Like we say, all the characters are great and everything that they do is fantastic. It's just kind of the design and the visuals for the house I felt like just didn't really hit it for me. So
I don't hate it. I like the aesthetic of it. I love like the 20s setting. I love all the costumes, and like some of the like triggers are cute and funny and all that. Like the one where she's like making out with the guy.
Yeah, and
she like
they have a couple like decent
I like
ones.
that. But yeah, it just like there are too many areas where there aren't any scares, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. But I know Braylon, he was just right here saying they're trying to add some stuff or get it going, which we look forward to. We really do. I feel like Spirits will get better as time goes on.
Yeah.
I'm hoping so.
As somebody who was a scare actor in one of the like consistently last house of the year.
Yeah.
I feel you. It is tough. Honestly, being a scare actor in one of the houses that like there's not a long line, like people aren't really a huge fan of it. It kind of sucks. And like having to like go through that whole run, just knowing that like people aren't a huge fan
what?
Of your house.
How about this? How about this? Maybe because with the way the community is drawn off. Get ready, guys. Get ready. All right, I'm gonna pitch something out there to you guys.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna pitch something out. Right? No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I know. Like when I say that, you freak out. I understand. This is good. This is good. So I want all of you guys tuning in. I want you guys getting ready for this, because this is some important stuff I want to put out there. I'm a very critical person. I will critique every single little bit of thing. I mean, Stephanie will do like something and it's truly fantastic, but I'm always going to give her like some of the negatives and stuff. And I don't mean it to come off like horrible or mean or anything like that. I just truly want people to be the best that they can be because I can see them being better, right? That's just how I am. And I mean, even Steph's kind of the same way. Like Steph's also very hard on herself and on myself. And we expect to be as, if we're great, but we know we could be better, we only look at that. We never look at where we're at, right?
Yeah, where's this going?
So I'm getting there. And I feel like the HHN community is kind of like that in a sense too when it comes to the event. We see like one slight thing we don't like, and we're gonna really like hit it hard, and we're gonna let our opinions express out there. But I feel like if Breland, ready? Here we go. I know you're in here, ready? Got to keep those spirits up. Am I right? This is serious. What if instead of, and I'm a culprit of this too. What if instead of really like being negative, and I'm not being negative, but being very critical of the house, what if we start hyping up spirits? What? I'm serious. What if we really?
I'm laughing at.
Steph is scared right now more than. Yeah. Whenever I talk, Steph does get a little freaked out. But what if we really hype up the house? We as the audience of as just the community of HHN, we have the power. Especially, I'm gonna give me and Steph a little more credit here too. As content creators for the event and having you guys watch and any first-time visitors and stuff, it's really up to us. We're the face of HHN in pretty much letting you guys know information, as well as when it comes to this house is amazing. If you've never been to HHN this year and you're watching this right now and you're expecting something, right? I can really tell you, hey, Bug House is the greatest house you're going to ever experience. And that's what you're going to be going through in your mind. Of course, some people are a little different, but I feel like we should hype up spirits a little bit more. I feel like even Hell Block, I feel like as a community, we need to go through those houses a little bit more if we can, if we have time in the night, spend more time, increase those wait times. I know sometimes nobody likes to wait, but to the scare actors, it means a lot, and it could really turn around their mentality and the morality of those houses. And, if creative gets involved, it makes the house better. It gets them more aggressive. And if Universal and HHN, if you guys are listening, creators, please get off the couch and do something about this. Get involved with your scare actors and stuff. Listen to them and do a little bit more. Remember saying, I'm not saying you're doing bad. We say you're doing great. We want better, right? Get with your scare actors and stuff. Let's get the morality in those houses up and stuff, because those two houses do have potential to be great. And I feel like as a community, instead of knocking those houses down, I think we need to pick them up, because those houses have potential. All houses at HHN do.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we start, talking more positive about the house, it might end up making that house look better in our vision, in our eyes, compared to others. So
that's why I don't watch. That's why I don't watch movie reviews before I see the movie.
Yeah, that's true. We don't,
because it'll make me look at the movie a different way.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so I just wanted to put that out there. Let's show some love to those houses and stuff that needed, because I promise you, if we come out there and we start saying oh, Spirits is good, it's gonna get better, guys. You just trust it. Same with Hellblock and stuff. It will. And what's really great about HHN and Universal specifically is that they listen to their fan base. They do listen to their guests, and they try their best to make sure that they can accommodate as good as they can for everybody experiencing. Because at the end of the day, yes, it's a money-making company, but they do want you to enjoy the event, especially when it comes to HHN. They want you to enjoy HHN.
Yeah.
So just had to put that out there. I don't know if I kind of went too long on this little rant, but
were all of the houses that all of the casts that you were in, did everybody kind of look at the wait times and then say yeah, we have a high wait? Every year,
yeah. Especially opening night. Opening night, we all looked for which house had the longest wait, just to see what the crowds were wanting to go to.
Yeah.
As a scare actor, really, you can hear people online saying they're most anticipated and excited. I mean, we have videos about it too, but really what truly shows it's when you're there every single night, you're looking our house 100 minutes,
you go
our
back
house is always a long wait.
You go back on break and look at the wait times on the Universal app.
So it's a little toxic of us scare actors, really, but
no, we just like to hype our own cast up.
Yeah,
so when we have a long line, we're yeah.
So I feel like what we need to do is we need to have a night where all we do is Hellblock Horror and Spirits of the Coven, and we just drive crowds in. Let's do these big meet and greets and have hundreds of people go through these houses, and let's crank up Spirits and Hellblock to 50 minutes, 100 minutes. Okay. I don't think anybody wants to wait 100 minutes for a house. I know I don't, but hey, for the love of HHN, for the cast, I'm putting that offer out there.
Okay.
So, but moving on. Sorry guys about that.
Left turn there.
Sorry. I just love HHN and I want everyone to enjoy it. So, moving on. Fiesta de Chupacabras, another house over there. Fiesta feels like hasn't really moved for us. I still think it's like a top 5 house. Yeah. Really good.
I like it.
The energy and the aggression in there is really good. We noticed they tried changing a couple things.
Yeah, there were some changes.
And I feel like the scare actors haven't adjusted to it just yet, because when you go in there in the first week, you're doing something, and then you get, HHN to come in, the team, and they're like, hey, do this, and we're adding this and stuff. It changes your entire, basically your routine.
Yeah,
so,
but it can make it better.
Yeah, it could make it better. So I noticed a couple things that last time we went through. We'll just see how it goes. But
yeah,
that's pretty much the whole left side of the park. Moving on to the farther side.
It also, one thing about Fiesta.
Going back to the left.
We're gonna release a video about our scare actor dining experience, but they did have the mask maker, the lady who is bringing you into the party.
The lady, the abuela.
Yes.
The Wella.
And
Wella, if you're watching this, it's exact replica of you.
And I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
She had dirt in her teeth and everything.
Oh well.
Anyway, she is at Scare Actor Dining, and she talks to you and stuff, and it really adds to the story of the house. So that part was really cool, and I feel made us like the house even more. But yeah, just wanted to throw that in there.
No, yeah. We talked with our members about this Scare Actor Dining we did last Thursday. We're supposed to have up this week, but we ended up having a lot of personal things that came up, and then Hondo, and then we have this trip that we're getting ready for tomorrow that we're supposed to go to.
We also didn't have the most amazing Scare Actor Dining experience, so
we're not going to spoil too much.
No, so we're not super excited to release the video. So
yeah,
it'll be fine. It was raining when we got there and everything, and it just kind of put a damper on everything.
So we told our members and stuff, but that video, we're a week from filming that video, but that video will come up this weekend. While we're away out of town for the wedding, I'm going to go ahead and work on the video and get it up for you guys this weekend. And then we'll be doing our next video when we get back this weekend to have for next week and stuff. And we're going to be increasing the amount of videos that we have for YouTube. It's just that first week to 2 weeks of HHN. It's always chaotic because we're out there trying to get as much as we can, but at the same time, we're also trying to enjoy the event for ourselves. We've been so busy that we didn't get to do Nightmare Fuel until this past Sunday, the last night of 2 weeks of HHN. And we love Nightmare Fuel, and we just haven't had the time and everything going on. So we've just been really busy and everything. But I think after this weekend, we should really kind of slow down with the personal things outside of HHN pretty much. So we are going to start picking up on videos here on YouTube for you guys. Yeah. We're going to have exclusive videos for our members coming up.
Yeah, I think after this weekend, we pretty much we don't have anything else other than HHN and work.
So that's what we're going to be putting our focus onto. So expect a lot more in-park videos. We're also going to be doing a couple in-studio ones to give you guys some updates and everything, especially for a lot of you guys who are still planning to visit and you're wanting to know more information about the event and kind of what's changed. So we have a lot coming up. But we're going to be moving on to the next side of the park talking about houses. However, USMC with the $5 saying, how do disability passes work at HHN? Universal granted me one over the phone, but I've never used one. So we've never really used a disability pass, but from what we've seen and what we've heard, usually, either they have it on the phone or it's a actual hard pass. And you'll be able to go up to the entrances. If any of you guys know this more better than us, please let us know in the chat. But
it's
you go up to the entrance of the house, and you get this little card and stuff. It's a little almost like a little notebook kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you go up to the entrance of the house and stuff, and you go up to one of the attendants, the house attendants that they have, and you tell them, obviously you want to do the house and how many people you have in the party, and they'll give you a return time to come back to them, where then they'll pretty much get you to go through the express line.
So don't they write down your return time?
Yeah, they write down the return time so you can keep track of that, and you'll do that basically for all the houses. And then we know for the shows, they have actual certain locations, like handicap or anything like that. They do have actual lines for you guys and stuff.
You just go through the wheelchair area.
Yeah, the accessible area. Yeah. So that's the best that we know about it.
I think that's everything.
But that's, yeah. I think it's not too complex.
And I think they do that same process for the rides too, where they do like the return time. So if you're doing any rides, you can do that too.
I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to see Lily. I hope Lily's there watching, guys. We're excited to see you guys this coming week. So, but thanks so much for the $5 though, by the way.
Matthew said if the wait time is under 20 minutes, then they'll send you right through.
Yeah, it's the wait time minus 10 minutes. Yeah, there you go. So Matthew Costanzo, right there. You got it. Listen to what he's saying. He knows more than what we do when it comes to this. So yeah, 20 minutes will send you right through. If not, then wait time.
Yeah.
Until you come back. Nice. Thank you for that, Matthew. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So, moving on with the next houses that we got. Blumhouse. I saw a couple of you guys talking about Blumhouse in the chat. We have only done Blumhouse one time, and I don't really care to go through it again. Not, like I'm saying, I'm not trying to knock on the house. I just, from the beginning, when it was speculated to be Freaky in the Black Phone, I was always just like...
See, I feel like we also have, like we were talking about with the Coven and Hellblock, we have our own preconceived notions of like, we're not huge fans of Blumhouse in general, other than like the Halloween movies. Those were pretty good. But I feel like we have our own preconceived notions of like, this house is probably not going to be the greatest. And then when we go through, it's like, even if it was amazing, we'd probably be like, meh.
Yeah, it doesn't really surprise us.
I've heard a lot of people saying that they really liked it. So
yeah, there's some,
I think it depends on if you like the movies, because they're very good representations of the movies. Like, they do replicate the scenes really well.
For the small space that they have to work with.
So if you like the movies, then I think you'll really like Blumhouse. We just personally, like, Freaky was, like, funny, but I just don't think it works super well for a house. And everybody really likes the Black Phone section if they like the Black Phone movie, but we didn't really like the movie. So we didn't really care for either section of the house.
Yeah, we're going to have to, you know what, next time we go to HHN again, which will be this coming Sunday, we'll go through Blumhouse. We'll do it because we've only done it once. You know, it's one of those things where, like, I've done Fast and Furious, the ride there, one time. And after I got off that ride, I said, I will never do this ride again. And to this day, I have not done it again since.
What ride?
Fast and Furious.
Oh, yeah.
Blumhouse is in the obviously the area of Fast and Furious, and I did that, and I'm like, I'll never really care to do the Blumhouse house again. That's like my one and done, and I have a feeling it's because it's in the Fast and Furious location. Like, that area to me is just like, it's got a negative vibe with me.
We do need to do it again, though, because we were filming when we did it the first time, and we didn't really get to see it.
Yeah, so we'll have to do that house, and like I said, we'll have to put a more hype notion to it and like get it excited and stuff, because it is good. It's good, but it just really didn't really hit me the first time. I think I'm just like upset with the creators more than I am the house with putting Freaky and Black Phone mashed up together. That's just me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's Blumhouse, Bumhouse, whatever. As I just say the worst comment I could about it.
Brian.
Anyways, moving on to Descendants of Destruction.
We actually really like this house.
Descendants is good, guys.
It is really
and
good.
Descendants, I feel like we did it the first time, and I was like, oh, like, it's a good house, I like it. And then we did it second time, I was like, oh, it's a pretty good house, I like it. And then the third time we did it, I was like, oh, this house is pretty good. Yeah. I feel like it's really like gritty, it's raw kind of feeling.
I do wish that the last section was the same as like the whole first section. That last room is like a completely different vibe, and I wish it was like the first section the whole way through. Mm-hmm. Like, once they start, this might be a little bit of a spoiler, so if you haven't gone through it and don't want spoilers, just like cover your ears. But you start out and they're like humans, and then as you get a little bit deeper, they're starting to like create these almost like tribal looking costumes. Like, they have like these like masks, and like they have like goggles and like staffs, and clothes made out of like random things.
The best way to explain it's like it's getting civilization's kind of going in reverse now. You're being de-civilized. Yeah.
And then you get to the last room and they're like just like these creatures, which I understand, but it's like the neon, like glow in the dark paint that kind of kills it for me.
It seems too tacky for the house, especially how dark and gritty and like realistic like the house feels. That part to me feels like we walked into a glow in the dark mini golf like set. That's what I felt like that was. Like it's like miniature golf.
Yeah.
In the dark, like glow in the dark.
But I wish they would have kept that same vibe from like where it's like not neon and glow in the dark and it's just like that like dirty like I wish it was just like that.
More
like,
animalistic. Yeah, I agree. Santa Ben said Mad Max type stuff. Yeah, kind of like that vibe in a sense, to be honest. The Hard Life here with the $6.99 in Canadian just picked up Rush of Fear with Express and headed back to the Hard Rock Hotel. I am jealous. I wish we weren't in this garage and over there at Universal right now. You getting excited for this week?
We always
Rush of Fear with Express. Let's go.
We always
Good stuff.
Go on a Friday or Saturday when like I don't have to work the next day. And we're like, oh, what if we just like had a hotel, like a resort?
We'll do that next year for sure for opening night. We'll have to. But Elizabeth with $6.99 Canadian. Thank you so much. Hope you're excited for your trip, your little stay. Hard Rock Hotel. I'm jealous. The Hard Rock. The Hard Rock. So yeah, Descendants.
We like it.
It's a good house. It's really good. We just that one part. It's like But when you, I noticed in the last time we went through, I think, was it Sunday that we went through the house?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. This past
No,
week.
we didn't do any house this Sunday.
We did. But we did on the sound stages. Yeah.
Oh, at night.
Yeah, at night.
Or I guess the whole thing's at night. But like the last hour of the event.
The last time we went through Descendants, we were standing outside of the tent, and it's crazy to think that they fit these trains in this tent. Like,
so cool.
It reminds me of like Puppet Theater last year, of how they just did that whole room and all. Like, they've really impressed me with the tents lately and how they've kind of put these huge sets in there. Because when you look at the tent, it does not look big at all. It doesn't. No. And the fact when you walk through it feels long.
Well, make also, it's kind of an illusion because it kind of looks like those little macaroons. Is that what it's called? Like those little like cookies. You know what I'm talking about? Someone knows what I'm talking about. But
wait. So you look at the tents and think of cookies?
Yes. And because it's like it has the top and then it goes out and down.
Are you hungry?
Yes. And it looks like it would be a full circle. But if you look at it, the edges are like this, but then it's elongated.
They're like that.
Yeah.
They're elongated tents.
It's like oblong.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
We're hearing all kinds of noises tonight, guys. It's been weird.
So it looks like it wouldn't fit in there, but it does.
Yeah. So Descendants is really good. And the fact that they've been able to fit a lot of those stuff in there, it's nice. Just that ending scene, I feel like they can do without. But the scare actors with the aggression and the energy, very good.
Very high energy.
Very well. I feel like they fit their roles really good. So
a meringue, yes. Thank you, Swagasaur. That's what I meant.
A what?
Meringue, not a macaron. I don't like those.
So, moving on to the last house that we have to talk about, which is Bugs Eaten Alive. This house, we've only done
twice.
Right? Was it been twice? And I feel like this house has had the longest wait time posted. I also think this is the one that, with Express, has also been the longest in wait times from what we've heard from people. We haven't really had an issue with it, but we've seen this house posted for a high wait time. I feel like the houses with the highest wait on average is Bugs, Dead Man's Pier.
Yeah.
Well, Dead Man's Pier, yeah. I feel like Dead Man's Pier, they get through pretty quick, so I wouldn't really say that. Halloween is always a long line. And then I would say Legends and the Weekend are kind of like there. I would really say it's like Bugs and Weekend, or Bugs and Halloween. Then I would say Legends and the Weekend. And then I would say like Dead Man's Pier can like fluctuate like up, but then that line moves pretty quick. that we've noticed. So they get through them quick.
I've seen a few people say that the Bugs line like takes long, even if it's not posted super high because of that walk back there.
You gotta go all around Men in Black. That's such a bum, man.
You would think that walk would make the line shorter because people are like, I don't want to do that. But
you're going around the entire building Men in Black. And what's I kind of want to put out this before we really dive into the Bugs house. HHN, what's going on with the queue lines this year? Why is there no like project? You know, they used to have projections and stuff like that.
They didn't do that the first like 2 or 3 weeks last year, and then added it in later.
But where is that? I mean, we were like when you're waiting for Fiesta and Deadman's, and when you're waiting for Bugs, they used to have like projections up on the wall so you can watch something and to keep music and keep the audience entertained.
I might wait to do that until like October when the lines get really long. That's what they did last year.
I know, but like if they're waiting for the lines to get, come on, like that's cheap, in my opinion. So I'm wondering why don't they have anything back there? Because I mean, you're literally just like, especially for the Bugs house, the queue line, you're just out there on a like side road backstage with nothing. So that's a bummer. But moving on to Bugs, let's talk about Bugs.
I miss Slaughter Cinema.
I've never got to go through it, so I can't really. Sorry. But let's go to talk about the Bug House.
Yeah, Zach said set up your own projectors and music.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll pull my little phone up and I'll make some for you guys. But the Bug House it's been good. I think it's been solid. We've only gone through it twice, so we still have a lot of like details that we just haven't seen, that we've missed, that we got to go through and see it again. And it seems fun. Like we've enjoyed it, but like I said, I feel like we need to go through more to get more out of it, because it hasn't like hit that anticipation that we've had for it.
Yeah, we just need to go through it more. It's the same thing with like last year. We didn't love Puppet Theater the first few times we went through it, in like the first 3 weeks or so, and then towards the end we like loved that house.
Yeah, Puppet Theater is like top 3 to be honest.
Yeah,
surprised us.
It like grows on you, so we have to go through again.
Yeah, Bugs is fun. Actually, I got the best scare of HHN so far from Bugs when we went through that dark hallway where they have like the strings hanging down, and I whenever I feel like cobwebs in life that touches me, like I freak out as it is. But there, I actually like dropped to the floor, and then I had to grab Stephanie's back and had her like guide me through the house. So
yeah.
But you crying? It's okay. We'll be back there.
I'm crying. My allergies.
Allergies been bad.
So bad.
But I pulled up on the screen like a minute ago, but now we're gonna talk about it. McBain with the $4.99. I've seen that there's a stand in Sting Alley that has Bloody Marys. Does anyone know if they're made when you order or if they're from a bag?
I don't know, but I would assume they're probably
like pre-made.
Pre-made.
I would say that they're pre-made. Just
the ones for Mardi Gras were pre-made, so I would assume that they're probably pre-made.
Yeah, if you go in that area, they don't really have a lot of space. That little bar, it's small, and knowing like HHN and stuff, their main consumption in anything is alcohol. So I would doubt that they would have to make it right then and there because of the line that it would build and the wait time for it. I feel like they would have those pretty much batched and ready to go. If
you want like a specialty made like poured for you drink,
like in front of you,
you have to go to next to La Bamba where they have the.
There's 3 locations.
Yeah, next to La Bamba where they have the Dia de los Muertos skulls and everything up there.
That's one.
What are the other ones?
And then the Witches little bar that is right across from Spirits of the Coven, Conjure the Dark. We went through the other day. Yeah. So that's another one there. That's like
you have to go like back bar. Behind it.
Yeah, full bar. And yeah, it's on the backside. You won't see it on the main street, which is kind of nice. We went there recently and it was like nice and quiet. And they have nice little lounge chairs. That one was really good. Yeah. And then of course you can go to Finnegan's, and Finnegan's has the bar inside. And you can go ahead and
but pretty much anywhere else, it's going to be pre-made stuff.
Yeah. So, but McBain with the $4.99, that's the best answer we can give. I'm not a Bloody Mary guy, so I'm not too sure. But in the past, they've always batched up these drinks, especially even like their specialty cocktails at the event. They have them all pre-batched. So, but there you go. That should answer it there. Now, I'll be honest. Today we didn't really have much that we were going to talk about. and we somehow got to 56 minutes to live stream.
Yeah,
look us go, right? Always. But let's go ahead.
20 minutes to do your little.
I know. I had to put myself out there for a second. Yo, but let's talk about the shows. We did Ghoulish. I think we talked about Ghoulish recently already, so we're not gonna spend too much time on that. It's a fun little show. There's some parts in it that we wish wasn't in there, and we think it would be a great show.
It's cute.
Then we saw Nightmare Fuel for the first time, finally, on Sunday, and I like it. Nightmare Fuel is fun. I will say I love last year's better than I do this year.
I think you like last year's better because there was no expectation last year.
Yeah, I agree. 100% agree.
Yeah.
So
I think this year has more pyro, it has more like specialty skills, stunts, all that stuff, which is always nice. Like more typically means better, right?
I would say so.
But yeah, I think last year we were so surprised with it. They like announced Halloween Nightmare Fuel, and we were like, what in the world? And then we saw the show and we were like, oh my God, that was amazing. And now this year it's kind of the same thing, just like with a little bit more. So we're like, yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. There are some parts that's really good. I do love that they added an 80s song in there. I'm all for that. I love my 80s music.
Yeah.
But it's one of those that we got to constantly keep going to. Like, we've only done it one night, right? So far, we're coming up to week 3. The more that we'll do it, it'll grow on us, of course. And then when we get to the end of the event, it'll get that more emotional attachment where we're like, no, we don't want it to end. Just how like last year did. But I enjoyed last year's more, to be honest. I really did. So Nightmare Fuel is fun, though. It's great. It is adult in nature, as they say. So if you guys,
might not
yeah, right.
Not like that one.
It is. It's a little out there, but if you guys are into that, it's fun. It's a really good show. A lot of good stunts and stuff. Like some of the performers in there, like some strong performers.
Yeah.
To be honest,
it's crazy.
It's really good with what they do. So shows are pretty good. I feel like the shows are a solid like lineup. Ghoulish is solid. Right, it's something different than what the event offers, and then Nightmare Fuel is like a good like show to watch. So I feel like the shows are solid. The houses I feel like are solid, and I think they're going to get even better, way better than what we have right now.
Same with the scare zones. They're all great, but they'll get better.
Yeah, we'll get into the scare zones, and pretty much the one thing we were going to say about it is that scare zones are good. There's just still like a couple tweaks. I feel like in the horrors of Halloween, I feel like they need to have more. I feel like it's kind of empty in that scare zone for some reason. I'm glad that they expanded that scare zone, but I just feel like because they didn't add the scare actors to fill it.
Or like sets. Like they have those little like moving pieces, but they don't do anything. You know what I mean? Like last year they had stages and stuff, which I know that was for social distancing, but it did kind of add to it a little bit, which it would have been cool to still have like some of that. I feel like that first that first scare zone should be like welcoming you in and like hyping you up for the event, not necessarily like trying to scare you and stuff, which they should still be trying to scare you, but like I feel like it should be like big.
It should be the showcase.
And it's like the pumpkins are there this year, but all the scare actors are like on the ground, and
you get a couple of good still walkers in there.
Yeah, they do have some good still walkers. But there's not like, it's kind of dark in there. Once it gets dark out, there's no like fire or anything. The music's like not like
the
super
music
loud.
This year is the biggest thing I'm disappointed with.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It just isn't as like hype as last year's was, I feel like. So, and what's funny is last year we weren't even a huge fan of that street either.
No, we just, like Steph said, we want this scare zone to be the biggest thing. But I mean, it's still fun. It's still good. I feel like they can definitely improve that scare zone a lot and really like draw in the crowds. But I mean, that's what horror's following. Then the Sweet Revenge scare zone, it's fun. The only thing that I don't like about Sweet Revenge is that a good amount of the scare actors are dressed like guests. Right? They just look like normal people.
It's good for
It's great for the scares. Yeah, it's good for the scares.
But it's not great for filming.
Well, not even for filming. It's great for scares. It's great for the storyline of that scare zone. But when you go in that street, the one thing that bothers me is that like I can't, and this is the good thing of it. Like I'm not saying that this is a negative. It's just when I go in that scare zone, it's like I can't really see the scare actors as much because they blend in with the crowd, which is the purpose of it. But it makes me feel like sometimes that scare zone's empty. So I'm like, where's all the scare actors? You know, just because they blended with the crowd very well. We haven't really spent a lot of time in that scare zone much. No. So we still got to see some, but it's a large scare zone. They do have lots of scare actors. They have a little tiny shows that they do here and there. It's not like a large show like we've had in the past. Kind of have like we had last year with the controller, where that's a large like interaction spot. They don't really have that this year. It's kind of like small little shows spread out.
And even last year, we really disliked. God, I always forget the name of it. What was last year's in that zone?
The Seek and Destroy?
Seek and Destroy.
Yeah.
We really disliked Seek and Destroy the first few weekends. And then it kind of grew on us later in the run once they put more chainsaws in there and like victims and stuff. So I think it'll get better. Or it'll change at least. And then I feel like New York is always hard for me because I compare anything that's in New York to Vamp 85, and nothing will ever beat that.
Nothing will ever touch Vamp 85,
it's hard, yeah.
Yeah. Chris Williams said, I think Horrors of Halloween is limited on purpose because of all the construction walls. Yeah, they do actually have a bunch of... that's just like construction alley, pretty much. So I could see them limiting it. Those little like props that they have, like Stephanie was saying, that they're just kind of like aesthetic, but they're just like kind of little boxes that just stand there and they don't do anything.
I think that the walls kind of take away from like the scare zone in general, because normally you had that line like
for a house
for Shrek. Mm-hmm. That was a house like right there,
the Shrek house,
and like the scare actors could go up on the like sidewalk and stuff. They can't really do that as much this year.
Yeah, so it does kind of limit their range, and it limits the atmosphere because with that house being right there, I mean, you got people in the house ready to go in. The crowds were bustling right there, and then sometimes we had the TVs in the Shrek little queue line that would play like Fortnite stuff. So that area definitely got diminished with its atmospheric kind of like
it just doesn't feel as like alive.
Yeah. And then moving on to Conjure the Dark. Conjure the Dark, fun. I enjoyed it. I just have spent maybe 1 minute in that scare zone max.
The makeup in that scare zone is amazing.
It's great. They like. I feel like that's where money went to with the makeup and costumes.
The prosthetics and stuff are just so
it's good stuff. They do have a show that goes on there that you have the little, what was it, Daphne, right? Is that who I'm thinking of? Daphne?
Yeah, she does kind of look like Daphne.
Little Daphne witch. And we just haven't spent much time in that one. But it's really good. We do like it. We just got to spend more time there. And then I think my favorite two scare zones that we have is Graveyard and Scarecrow. Scarecrow is a lot of fun. Scarecrow is really well done. It's great. The scare actors in there are amazing. And what's even great about the scare actors, and I'm going to give props to them for what they do in that scare zone, they purposely like lean on the wall and they act like scarecrows, and they really blend it and do such a great job. So Scarecrow is amazing. I love it, especially when the sun's setting, like right on the horizon. That scare zone to me looks aesthetically like the best. That one's really good. Graveyard, Deadly Unrest, probably my favorite scare zone though, because at night, the sounds in that scare zone, it's not like music or anything. It's just sounds. It's just the atmosphere. The scare actors in there, lots of energy, and they play their roles perfectly. And, and late at night, like you don't see, there's no lights in that scare zone, to be honest. Like, I mean, we will be like at the end of Hollywood, like where Scarecrow was, and we'll look down like Graveyard, and it's
dark.
Just like pitch black, or like you just see like fog.
Because they have lights up there that strobe to like look like lightning. Mm-hmm. So it's like dark when there's no lightning, and then it's like the strobes.
Then you'll see like the whole street light up, and it's just so well done. So Graveyard, awesome. So the scare zones are great. They're going to improve, of course, like the entire event does. But that's pretty much our take with houses, shows, and the scare zones. The foods, we will be doing a food and drink video soon. We do have that scare actor dining video coming up this weekend to talk about scare actor dining and the goods and the bads. That one really, because it was really raining. I mean, it was raining that whole night pretty much. we didn't really get to film as much as we wanted to, just because we had to keep the camera equipment away from being outside and stuff. So that one's not going to be the greatest video, but we do have some parts to put out there for you guys. Yeah. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have. HHN week 2 finished. It's been fun. We've enjoyed it. We like it. I think I like this event better than I do last year's. There's just a couple things that need to be tweaked, and I think this could be a really solid year for everyone. I'm really excited for, like, and I don't want, like, time to go faster, of course, because then it'll be over before we know it, which it will be anyway. But I'm really also for, like, October and colder weather and also like for us locals that go to the event like every weekend, the first few weekends, like, we don't have a great feel for it, and then like towards the end of the event you really get like attached to certain scares, certain houses, certain scare zones, like things like that, and you like the event more and more as you go more and more, because you start like having like favorites and getting to know like different triggers and all of that sounds stuff. And so like the first few weekends were like, it's good, but once we get towards the end of it, I feel like we enjoy it even more. Yeah, the emotion will start to kick in, and you'll find your attachments for that. Right now, biggest killer of HHN 31, besides the music that they chose, is the weather. It has been raining every single afternoon. Yeah, that's been really tough. It's been hurting the scare zones, because if it's like raining, you can't have any stilt walkers. Sometimes most of the time scare actors can't even go out in the streets. So we've noticed a couple nights where people go, it's like their one night, and it's like raining for a good majority of the event. So they don't even get to see the scare zones, unfortunately. It's just been a very rainy start to the year for HHN. And I think it's also because they started a little earlier, and we're still in like the rainy season, whereas like in years past, because it starts like a little bit later, we're kind of getting past that rainy season. It is hurricane season, Florida, so we're not surprised. It just does suck. That's something we deal with here in Florida. So if you guys are planning, make sure you guys are prepared for the weather, as always. Make sure you're prepared for rain, but another thing is make sure you're prepared for the heat. It's hot, but the worst we've had is the humidity. The humidity's been horrible. Yeah, so it's been bad. Make sure you guys are staying hydrated. Make sure that you guys are dressing comfortable, wear comfortable shoes and stuff like that, because it is exhausting and it takes a toll on your body. Chris said it's because of the corn. All the rain is because of the corn. I 100% agree. I don't know why they wouldn't. I get put in Scarecrow. You have to kind of put that out in a sense. There's no way around it. Like, come on, guys. You know what corn does to HHN. They're doing a traditional Halloween. How do you not have corn? That's true. But I guess we're having a traditional HHN. It's just raining. That's what we get. Yep. But yeah, we're waiting for later September. Our favorite time to go is the last week of September and the first week of October, getting that full transition into October, which is, of course, the holiday itself, Halloween. So we're looking forward to that. But as far as USMC asked about like the scare actors being told not to take selfies, just so that you guys know like why scare actors might be responding in certain ways. We obviously don't know what they're being told this year specifically because we're not there. But I do know in years past, like unless that section is meant to be like a photo opportunity, they tell the characters just like keep moving. They're not gonna be like, no, I can't take a picture with you, but they'll probably try to like not stop if they have a moment, keep going. Yeah, most likely. Think about their character, right? Usually most characters that are out to scare you or kill you are not going to stop to take a photo. We've seen some scare actors take photos with guests and stuff like that. They're not going to be mean about it. Just if they don't get discouraged or don't get like disappointed at them or anything. Or stand they're in their job in a sense too. Or stand like far enough away from them and just take a selfie. Like have it like ready. Sometimes they'll come up to you and get like next to you and then just take a quick shot. But don't like be like, come take a selfie with me, because they'll probably just walk away. Yeah, or stab you. Maybe not stab you. So this is something funny right here. Chris Dusting said, but it's bamboo creative. Yeah, Universal Creative, just let you guys know, a hurricane and the weather can't tell the difference from that high up if it's corn or bamboo. Just Just putting that out there, guys. But it's really bamboo, guys. It's not actually corn. You guys are making it to look like corn. So what are we doing? So hurricane season's like, oh, we're gonna make it look like it's a hurricane, but it's just
like the hurricane can see corn and it's like,
yeah,
Orlando.
Yeah, we're going to Orlando this year, folks. Pack up, let's go. So other than that, folks, that's pretty much what we get to talk about. If you guys have any questions, more than welcome to throw them in the chat.
Yeah.
I realize we're at an hour and 11 minutes. I'm gonna check the battery.
Also, we are gone this weekend. We leave tomorrow morning, Chris asked.
Yeah. If any of you guys, I know we've had a couple people message us, and I do apologize. If any of you are going to be at HHN tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday, we will not be there, unfortunately. But I promise you, it's not going to take away from your experience, or the least of the experience. You guys are there for the event. We're excited for you guys. We don't get in Saturdays anyways, but we're going to be out of town Thursday through Saturday. So we'll be back Sunday. Anybody who's there Sunday, hit us up. Let us know. So we're going to be doing our best to get more HHN content for you guys on YouTube. Once this weekend gets over with and stuff, like the first 3 weeks of HHN, we've had a lot of stuff planned and been doing. But now I feel like after this, we're smooth sailing. We finally can focus on HHN and get content out for you guys. We're going to just do fun, random things. So we have a couple things planned. Other than that, it's in the hands of our members. I'm also I want to create like a little member video, like right here in the live stream to put on. That's like, promotional thing, like join the draft
join
pack,
the membership,
become one with the pack. I don't know.
Sounds like a wolf thing.
I know. That's why I gotta fix something out there. Also, any of you guys who are Team Mummy or Team Wolfman, happy for you guys, but know that Team Dracula actually is the winner this year. Just putting that out there. I know we had a couple people putting in the comments, but they had this new Universal HHN mobile game.
Yeah,
I tried it.
spent the whole night playing that one.
I spent the whole night. I spent like 99% of the night.
We went through like 2 houses. I took some photos, and he basically played that game the whole night. The
first night they had this game, you could either be Team Dracula, Team Wolfman, or Team Mummy. Obviously, Team Dracula. And guess what? Team Dracula absolutely dominated that event. We walked in, and I looked on the app, and he just dominated the whole map. So Team Wolfman, Team Mummy, thanks for trying. Thanks for coming in. But that's going to be it for us. Drac Pack rules, as our friends here know it.
This is a
Drac Pack, baby.
This is a good question before we wrap up. The best Stay and Scream location, which we'll have, I feel like we'll have a better idea of this like later in the run, which I know doesn't help a lot of people who are going like next week or something. But what Stay and Scream locations have we even done?
Okay, so we haven't done Stay and Scream really, like for the purpose of Stay and Scream.
We did Richter's.
We've done Stay and Scream twice, right? We did the one that's up front at the park to see the opening ceremony, but it was for filming purposes. And then we also did the Stay and Scream location in Richter's, which is in the streets of San Francisco, and we did it for the purpose of filming. So we really haven't been able to do any of the Stay and Scream locations for like houses or movements and all that stuff. But we noticed the Richter's one that's new. This year, which is really nice because you can go in the Richter's, the restaurant. You have Chef's Alcatraz bar there and stuff. You can relax, get some AC, and that's what we did. And
it wasn't too packed.
Well, no, it wasn't.
Last year, maybe it was because it was like opening weekend, but last year we went to Springfield for Stay and Scream, and we tried to go in there to get food inside of like the little cafeteria that they have, and it was just absolutely insane.
Yeah, it was really packed.
I couldn't find anywhere to sit.
So I'm going to cut in. Last year, they only had the Central Park, Springfield area, and then New York. Then supposedly the overflow, which was at the front of the park. That's pretty much it. This year, we have all of those, and they even added Richter's, which is a large section over there too. So we have more, so it's dispersing the crowd. But Richter's opens up to the streets of San Francisco, opens up to Blumhouse. Then you got the ones in New York, which opens up to like Halloween and like Dead Man's Fiesta, like that area, Spirits of the Coven. And then you got Central Park, which is like the Springfield area, Central Park. That opens up to the Weekend and Legends. So it depends where the crowds wanted to go. Usually Weekends and Legends are going to get the highest crowds over there that we've noticed.
The line for Halloween has been consistently very long. Like any time of the day or the night that we look at it, even when all the other houses are like 15 minutes, that one is like still like 60 minutes.
Yeah.
So I would say if you really want to do Halloween and you don't have Express and you don't want to wait in the long line, do that Stay and Scream location.
Yeah. So Stay and Scream is really good to do. No matter what you do, you're going to get the most out of it and beat the crowds. But just depends on which house you want to do really the most. I'd say go for that one first. So good question though. B. Nicole, wrapping it up here with the 199. Dracula scared my mom so good in Legends Collide. That's what we love to hear. That's what we do. Legends, I love it. Legends is a good house. So, but with that being said, if any of you guys are just joining, I got the sad news to say we are wrapping it up. Hour and 60 minutes, a little bit longer than we thought. We thought this was going to be a chilled one. We'll keep you guys updated on that next live stream next week. And we'll also give you guys more updates on which videos are to come out. We're also going to be posting like on Instagram like we've done. We've done a couple photos. Stephanie's been getting into some photography. Been doing really good at that. Very impressed. We've had some videos and all that stuff. And then here on YouTube, we'll be doing more and all that. So keep you guys updated on how that goes. I hate saying goodbye, guys. I hate this. Even though it's just a little camera that we're looking at in a garage. It's really like nothing, but...
Best Disney YouTube live show ever.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Anyways, that's going to do it for us. We hope you guys have a great Wednesday evening for this first live stream that we've ever had on Wednesday. And sometime this week, and we'll have that character dining video up to you. So until then, can't wait to see you guys then. And of course, like always, we'll catch you guys in the fall. Peace out, everyone.
Bye.
Hold up. Wait. We're not done. Artemis, our favorite dolphin of the ocean, came back with the $9.99. Sorry, missed most of tonight, but great tips. Artemis, thanks for joining in.
Yes, we
appreciate it for the $9.99. Almost wrapped it up, but whenever we see the dolphin, we have to tune it. Okay, we're gone. Bye, guys. Good night.